when you failed your first, so did they not test in college, or did you never fail a test in college, or did they keep that hush hush?
So again, this was way in my senior year, and it was just that one experience where I realized, oh, okay, like this is nice, but I didn't become a smoker then. It was just that when I had that first experience, and you know, they weren't gonna test me. I was running, they're you know, so they were, but I wasn't smoking anyway. And then I got into the NFL, and again, I kind of smoked on and off, but I wasn't a smoker, so it was easy to pass the drug test. What got me was when I was in New Orleans, they always tested us during training camp. And then when I got traded to Miami, they tested in OTAs, and I guess nobody knew I smoked, so nobody passed the message to me. And so, you know, I went in that morning and they were like, we're drug testing. I was like, damn. And so then I got into the program, but really I wasn't even a smoker, really. You know, I just would smoke occasionally. But then I got in the program and it became like this big issue. And then I started to realize that that cannabis actually helped me, you know, because it was like when I was there and I could use it, I didn't realize it. But when it was taken away, I started to realize, wow, this was really doing something to help me deal with all the stress and take care of my body. And so although I was being tested, you know, I found a way that I could take like 2 hits the day after I got tested and I would be clean for the next test. And this worked for like a year and a half, but then we were playing the Eagles on Monday night. And it was like the game that eliminated us from the playoffs, and I separated my shoulder and I just was in a bad spot. So I think I took a little bit too many hits.
So you took too many.
I took too many. Dude called me in the morning and he piss tested me, and then it came back. And then so that was number 2. And number 2 failed test. I was a month away from being out of the program. But number 2 failed test, they fine you for 4/17 of your salary. And so because of that, they have to tell the team to take it out of your check, so then the team knows. Right. And so man, I went into the office and they were like, whatever. And I was like, fine. And so it was like, okay. And then I appealed the test because the A bottle was like 0.157, the B bottle was underneath. So I felt like I had a case that I barely failed the test. That one too many hit, I barely failed the test. And so they came back and they said, okay, if you agree to stay in the program for 8 weeks of the season, then you're free, right? And so I said,
that's 2 months, Rick. You got 2 months, no hits, not 2, not 1, just 8 weeks, cold turkey. You out the program completely. You can smoke much as you want.
Yes, that was right in front of me. And at the same time, I started thinking about, is this really what I want to be doing with my life? You know, as I started reading, I started opening my mind and realizing, you know, if I stay doing this for the rest of my life, am I going to have the time and the energy to be able to have the experiences that I want to have? And then I started thinking about it. I got enough money that I could live comfortably for the rest of my life. And then I started thinking, why am I even doing this? And so then I had to make a decision. I had to make a decision. And the decision I made is, and again, when I made this decision, in my heart of hearts, I truly believed I was never coming back. Not coming back to the NFL, not even coming back to America. Okay. I was on one. All right. I'm not gonna lie. But I needed that, you know, I needed that. And thank goodness, right? And it's so interesting how it all comes full circle, okay? Because, you know, I was out in Australia, you know, everyone had thought I lost my mind. But my own personal path was I was reconnecting to my spiritual roots. As I was traveling, I felt this deep connection to Jesus Christ. And I wasn't really a huge reader, but at this point in my life, I was trying to read everything I could about Jesus. And I ended up, you know, reading the Gospels, and I came across a verse in Matthew, and it changed everything for me, right? The verse was, if you give up home, family, you know, if you give up everything and come looking for me, it will all be returned to you. And I found solace in that. And it came true. I was able, after that year away, to find myself. I was able to come back, reintegrate into the Dolphins, have another 1,000-yard season, finish my career with 10,000 yards rushing. And I feel like I was able to make it all work, you know, to turn something that could have turned into a crash and burn story to turn it into an uplifting story.
You know what to do. Hit the subscribe button to become an official member of Club Shay Shay, where we always do something before 2 something.